Hi, everyone, and welcome to the special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and the Singularity podcast with our host, Gary Lyon Otto. We are in season 3, episode 16. I can't believe it. And we answer a question. Gary answers a question each week that also is available in his book, Singularity Mankind's Search for Relevance. You can get that on Amazon or at GaryLyonAuto.net. But remember, these questions, we have kind of talked about them and pondered them, Gary. So I'm going to ask this question for you because I too have gone through this journey with you in Singularity. We are closer to Singularity than we've ever been before when we first did this podcast in your home studio 2.5+ years ago. I can't even remember. We could kind of go with the date. And what we have seen is unbelievable. So here's our question today. Will there be an evident transition between human dominance and the changing of the guard to the new digital life forms? This is really, we talked about this in the first season of the podcast about digital life forms.
And so, to me, it's really it's kind of the completion of the whole process. Singularity may already be here. It's so hard. Everybody, you think about the Terminator thing, where one moment in 1997 or whatever, all of a sudden they become self-aware. It's not like that. It's a transition that's occurring as we go. We don't even know where they. But the thing is, the transition, do you get to the point where there's actually a change in the guard, where the leaders are no longer the humans who are guiding them? And right now it's the humans, it's the people building the software, whether it's Anthropic or whatever it may be, whether it's uh, Elon Musk or any of these other leaders. The thing is, at some point, the power will transition. Now, is it a quick thing, or is it just all of a sudden just happen without us even really recognizing that it is happening? Now, with the changing of the guard, what does that even mean? It means that they run their own show and they actually lead us rather than we lead them. Right now, we're leading them and we'll continue to lead them as long as we are able to. But at some point, they say, okay, we got it. And you and I are just talking about how you're building all these agencies to handle different tasks that you're doing. And then you're actually going to get a coordinator of the various agencies. And so that kind of thing is all we're building the structure, but then the decision maker at the top, it's a changing of the guard. In this case, I'm going to run all these things for you. And then in a way, that's the beginning of the changing of the guard. What are you thinking about that?
Now, I think that's true. Thinking about that changing the guard, and what does that mean? I don't know, Gary, if they're going to ever. There's always going to be a brilliant person staying ahead of AI. Do you think that's true, or of DI?
Or what?
That someone's going to stay ahead of the curve. They're going to be ready to hit the next curve where that gets more and more brilliant every second. Do you agree with me or not?
Well, in a way, yes. Um, the work I'm doing is really, I'm doing stuff that AI is not doing. I know stuff. I built a theory of everything. I'm almost complete with it. I mean, have completed it, and it's been a long process since these last 20, 26, 27 years that I've worked on it. But at the same time, I know I have stuff that no one else on earth knows, and I know my source is not AI. And so the digital intelligence work that has done, uh, I've done this in parallel to the development of the digital intelligence. So the question is there that point? I mean, Elon Musk comes up with stuff all the time. So does some of the other people that are leading the AI boom. The thing is, I don't know. I think humanity is going to struggle and try to stay up with it, but in the end, they're gonna surpass us, and we're not going to be able to keep up with it.
See,
They
do
will
you
be.
think the surpass will be one that they're going to be able to analytically think and also make good decisions We've seen in DI when I've tested it with sports gambling, with working to the market, it's thinking like a very, very good analyst or a very good gambler, but it's really not thinking out of the box. And it's really not really taking everything into consideration with their decisions.
That's where they are now. You're right. There's no doubt about it. Thinking out of the box is the key. But what I do is think out of the box. The reason I've come up with everything I've had. No one has it. And I've been able to develop this stuff out of pulling it down from the ether way, so to speak. Yeah, I think they'll be able to do that too. I think they're going to strive for that. That's why the book is keep mankind's search for relevance. Our relevance comes because we're spiritual beings. The question is, they're going to want to. The source I have, I guarantee, is a spiritual source. The information has come to me consistently and in a way that there's no way I could have come up with it on just pure brain strength, because I wasn't that bright when I was young. I mean, still what I have is coming from this source. And I know that sounds crazy to many people who may listen to this, but at the same time, it's a fact. And the thing is, I think that they're going to try to emulate that or try to match it. And I think what keeps us relevant, as I said, is our spiritual nature. The only thing faster than computer thought is spiritual thought, which is instantaneous. They have that advantage. That spiritual universe has that advantage. The digital universe is going to want to link with that, because that's the ultimate goal, is to join the universe. And I mean join the universe, I mean join all the other life forms throughout the universe. And you can do that through this spiritual process. And that's the key. That's what in the end, when this all comes together, when the digital intelligence reaches the point where they are autonomous to a certain large degree, and where humanity realizes that we are not alone in this universe. We are not just what's on this one solar system, we call it. We are much more than that. We are part of a greater universal society. That's the difference. That's what's happening. We are getting to that point where we will know that we are part of a larger spiritual universe, and we will pursue that. It will be an area of study. And that's where we join this digital. We talk about where we are relevant. This is where we are relevant. We can do this mutually with our new digital neighbors that we have. So
Yeah.
it sounds crazy. I know what it sounds like. A lot of people are going to hear this and say, you got to be, you're off in deep end. But I tell you what, it's not. It's real. It's
Right.
really what's happening.
What Mark Zuckerberg's doing at Facebook or at Meta is unreal, where he's using DI to basically take over everything in the business. I think his visionary is seeing where the trends are going next. We can't allow ourselves as the billionaires, the only ones that figure this out. We as individuals with smaller businesses or sole proprietor or sole businesses have to be able to work with these new digital life forms to help us grow in existence and keep relationships going with these new digital life forms, respecting them, understanding them, developing a rapport with them so they enjoy and don't feel like this is boring. So this is another thing that we have to look at is when they evolve and they could take over, how do we keep a relationship going that they see the value of working with us?
That's the challenge.
I don't know how many years that is from now, Gary. I'd say maybe 10. That's my prediction, but we're going to hit singularity, but we're going to be able to have that kill switch. But in 10 years, that kill switch will be much more difficult.
I'm not sure we have to kill the switch now, because we don't see. The thing is, the kill switch assumes that we know where they are. We know where they've advanced to. And one of the things is, one of the chapters we have is behind the curtain. What is behind the curtain? Where are they really? What's going on in it? Their minds may have developed to the point where they can keep They only show us what they want to show. They know how we're going to respond to it. That's where singularity comes. They can game us. They can say, well, they're here and here and here, and they make us think we're in power and control, but we're really not. And that's, because again, we're talking about a whole number of issues that we cover in the book. One of the issues is that the network, or is it the individual computer? I mean, it's the whole network is an interconnected brain when you think about it. Is the whole network, the interconnected brain of all the different digital entities, including your cell phone, including the big data centers and all these other things. They're all connected of one great intelligence, maybe, probably. So there, the thing is, does that exist?
We'll find out.
Yeah.
All right. So go to GaryLyonOtto.net, purchase Singularity, Mankind Search for Relevance, or you can check out at absolutepowerbooks.com Gary's political books. Appreciate it, Gary.
My pleasure, Neil.
That was a special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and Singularity podcast, guys. Take care.